This is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast, let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast, it's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast, you know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast, so look up an episode and now let's start the show.
Hello and welcome to We Are Podcast, the only podcast on the internet where we talk about what we want to talk about. This is episode 81, and my name is Matt.
And I'm Phil of Overlord Tanks Group. Thanks for being here.
And thank you anyone and everyone for listening. And we're back again with another episode of We Are Tries. We are the worst beer reviewers on the internet, but today we're not trying a beer. Today we are trying Henry's Hard Soda Ginger Ale. Oh shit, I just said that. Or what is it? 4.2% alcohol by volume. Botched that. But whatever, Phil. This is a twist up. Don't need the Punisher on this one. So, Phil, crack her open. Give her a sniff. Smells like watery ginger ale.
It does smell like a light, watery ginger ale. I agree.
Yeah. Alright, Phil. To We Are Podcast. Can I get an ooh yeah?
To We Are Podcast.
Ooh yeah! And it tastes like that. It tastes like watery ginger ale.
Tastes like a bubbly, just a little bit of carbonated ginger ale. Still light on the taste, though.
Yeah, not very gingery.
I agree, but it does have that really light taste.
Ugh, kind of sugary.
Well, it does say cane sugar.
Pure cane sugar. I guess I should have mentioned that too. Made with pure cane sugar. Ain't none of that high fructose corn syrup in here. That stuff will kill you. Look it up. References, Phil. References. But, I don't know. I don't know. It's not bad, but I don't know. I don't think I'll ever drink this ever again, probably.
I would give it a try. It's not strong enough on the taste.
Yeah, the alcohol content's not that high. The taste isn't really that great.
I concur with that. It's too light.
Dude, you know what we should do? Go get that Crown Royal apple that I like. Put a shot of that in there and put this on or, you know what, fuck that. That's probably ruining Crown Royal rap. Let's just go drink that instead. Hey, Crown Royal. Sponsor us up.
It could save it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I just want to try new things and stuff, so I don't know. But like I said, I'll never have this ever again, probably.
Correct. It is low on the alcohol content for what you did pay, though.
It doesn't even taste that good, really. Like, I'd rather just have some fucking burners with some Jose Cuervo in it.
Correct. It's kind of like some Canada Dry and a little bit of Verner's kind of type taste mixed together.
That's what I think. It's still carbonated.
Like two ginger ales.
No, it's still carbonated, but it kind of tastes like flat ginger ale soda, right?
Yeah, I agree.
It's still carbonated, but it's got this flat ginger taste to it.
There's not enough fizz for it.
No, it's still carbonated. This thing's still carbonated. It's just that
Correct.
It just has this weird flat soda taste to it, I think. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I don't like about it. It's not flat, but it tastes like flat soda. You know? Like I said, I'd just rather have some Burners with some Jose Cuervo in it or something.
I agree with that.
Yeah, just not my thing. I don't know. Don't go on. Pass, I guess. Your final thoughts?
Well, if you're into that sort of thing, I would give it a try. It's not something that I would buy on a regular basis. Mostly I'm the worst beer reviewer ever in the first place. It's not like I'd buy any of them in the first place, but
I'm about to say, Phil, don't lie. You're not. You're like me. You're never gonna. Phil, if I didn't come in with this, you'd never buy this thing in the first place. Don't lie.
correct. I wouldn't go travel to get it.
Yeah, like I said, it's not horrible. If, like I said, if you're into this thing, kind of thing, yeah. But I don't know. I don't think it's anything like you said going out of your way for.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'd just give it a try if you can find it.
Yeah. If you're like me and live like a block and a half away from a liquor store and you have a podcast where you half-ass review alcoholic beverages.
Half-ass try.
Yeah. Maybe this is your thing.
It's like half-ass try.
Yeah. Maybe this will be for you. But I don't know. Like I said, They had another one too. They had grape soda out there. Oh, shit about that one.
I think I've seen that before.
I only saw 3 there. They had ginger ale, grape, and I think it was like orange cream soda or something. But,
sounds like it.
Yeah. I like ginger ale, so I went with the ginger ale one. And yeah. Should have just bought another Johnny Red's apple beer. Because I actually really did like those. And maybe that's why I tried these too, because I'm sick of trying these craft beers that taste like fucking coffee.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's like coffee bean beer.
Yeah.
Like grounded up coffee bean beer.
Like you filtered your beer through your coffee filter. Oh, wait, you remember the Drew Carey show?
Not really.
Yeah, I watched a couple of them when it was on TBS after school, because, I don't know, I think like Angel or something was on.
I remember when it was on.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, I remember watching it on TBS, because I think like Angel or Buffy or something was on before it. It was on before Angel or Buffy, I think.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I remember Angel.
Yeah, I remember watching it after school, and I think he made like a beer that was like brewed in coffee or something. Like he made a whole big shtick about like you get drunk from the beer, but you also get perked up from the coffee. I'm like, that sounds like you're gonna have a heart attack.
That sounds like Four Loko.
Yeah, that sounds like Four Loko. It was the Four Loko of its day. I didn't like the show that much, so I don't really
listen, young college kids.
Hey, even though here on We Are Podcast we try some fancy alcohols, Phil's not driving anywhere tonight. I'm not driving anywhere tonight.
Correct.
We're not like chug. We're not fucking trying to pile through the fucking 6-pack I bought of this in 10 seconds. Drink responsibly, people.
And we don't bet.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. Like, I've had people want to play like beer pong and like do like quarters and shit. I'm like, I don't really need to play a game to get drunk. I can just get drunk.
Correct. It's just the ambiance.
Yeah. Like I said, we did the We Are Podcast. I can't even remember what episode this was, but the We Are Podcast drinking game. Every time you hear me go, take a shot. I only did that because I was editing the episodes and I hear myself go, so many times I thought it made me sound stupid. So I wanted to make something like, don't say that.
Correct. That means you knew when to edit.
Yeah. Like I said,
when the editing part was coming up.
Yeah, it's like Matt doesn't know what he's talking about, so he has to think for a second. So I just
impulse.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a bad habit I was trying to break myself of. And, I don't know, I probably still say it every now and then.
Like instinct.
Yeah, we're 80 episodes in. I don't know how many times I probably said it, but I just thought it made me sound stupid, so I was trying to break myself of that habit. Like, one drinking game I never played, though, that sounds like you could get really fucked up on, though, was, there was this old show. I can't remember when it aired exactly. I think it was like in the 70s or something, like the Bob Newhart show. And the drinking game was like...
I kind of remember that show.
Yeah, I don't remember... it's been so long since...
I remember the name.
Yeah, I remember watching it on Nick at Night because, like I said, once again, it was on before The Monsters of the Addams Family or something. So that's probably why I watched it. But I remember hearing years later that the drinking game was like, every time you hear someone say, oh, hi, Bob, or hi, Bob, Because every time he walks into the rooms, they say it like 5-6 times every episode. So you can get pretty smashed playing that drinking game. Now, if the Bob Newhart show it still holds up, I have no idea.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that Big Money Hustlers one, but
What Big Money Hustlers?
every
Every time Violent J says motherfucker and Big Money Hustlers, yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna kill you.
I agree with that. It could.
Yeah.
It could be deadly.
Yeah. I forgot about that one. I was like, what? Oh right. Yeah. That's not a good one. It's a good one, but not a good one.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
It's like, don't do that. Don't vote me on that.
Yeah. Drink responsibly.
Classic.
Drink responsibly, and if you can't afford a cab, you can't afford to go out drinking anyways.
Correct. Assign a designated driver.
And if you do assign this designated driver, at least buy him like a plate of nachos or something. Because he's got to drive your drunk ass all around town. I know bar food's expensive, but fuck.
You should get something.
Yeah. Buy him a plate of chicken wings. Like I said, I like ginger ale, but fuck, after 6 glasses of ginger ale, I don't want no more fucking ginger ale.
It's like burp sauce. Burp sauce.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Some people call me an old man. Like, why do you like ginger ale? It's like old, like, you only drink that when you're sick.
Yeah, correct, but it does settle the stomach.
I don't know. I like the taste of ginger ale.
For some reason, it settles the stomach naturally.
Well, apparently ginger is real good for you in general.
That's why a lot of people drink it.
Well, there's some people that fucking chew ginger raw and eat that shit raw, I don't know. I like it, but I don't like it that much. Yeah, it's a root, man.
Ain't that hardcore.
It's a root, man. It puts its root down.
Root down. Ah.
It puts its root down. Its root down. Who knew the Beastie Boys were singing about ginger ale the whole time, Phil? I'm gonna pour this into my Ice House Edge. See how that turns out. Not good, I imagine.
The official, unofficial beer of We Are Podcast.
I shilled out to them for almost a year, and they still haven't even gave me a T-shirt or nothing.
Unquote.
That's why it's the official, unofficial.
Quote, unquote.
Yeah. So that's why it's the official, unofficial beer of We Are Podcast, because we know who they are. They don't know who the fuck we are. I never try to contact them at the same time either, I guess.
We Are Who Cast?
A what now? It's like a radio show, but on the internet. Get off my property.
My land.
Get off my land.
My land. I'm gonna get you, little doggy. Gonna get you.
But say, even though it's a brewery company and there's a guy out there swinging moonshine, holding a shotgun, get off my land! Chug, chug. Like I said, if there's anyone out there that makes their own craft beers that want to pay for shipping and handling and mail them to us, contact us at wearepodcast@gmail.com, all lowercase.
Please.
Someone please email us.
Please, man. Remember?
Yeah.
Please, man.
Yeah. Phil, what have I become? My sweetest friend. All I know in the end. I don't know. Johnny Cash reference. Talking about Logan, Phil. Not only are we the worst, I do not lie, we are the worst beer reviewers on the internet. But I stand by my movie criticisms. We're legit at best.
Old man Logan.
Yeah. And today we're talking about Logan, which is not really based on the comic book Old Man Logan, other than the fact that Wolverine's an old-ass man.
Every day I live sucks.
Pretty much.
I'm not very nice.
Okay, before we talk about the movie itself, like, I was a 90s kid, fucking 90s comics, a lot of them suck, but I was totally that little douchebag. Yo, Lobo, Wolverine, Youngblood, yo, Spawn. Spawn's the shit. Yeah, little kids are stupid. Okay,
hey, you had to start somewhere.
Yeah. Kids are stupid.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. I didn't read Watchmen until I was like 16. Give me a break. When I was 5 buying comics, Spawn was the shit. Okay, you gotta give me a break. Well, I wasn't 5. I was like 9. What am I talking about? Like 8, 9ish.
I can back that up. He was cool at one point.
Yeah. Dude, when you're prepubescent, Spawn's like the sweetest thing ever. Then you reread it as like somewhat of an adult, and you're like, oh fuck, this is dumb. Just like a lot of cartoons we used to like.
It was like you didn't remember it.
Yeah. See, now we are old men, because we started talking about Logan. It's like, oh, I remember back in the day. Master Roshi.
He woke up from a hangover.
Yeah. But no, like I said, I grew up like a '90s kid, and like I said, Wolverine, like that was the age of Wolverine, and it kind of never really went away. That's probably why he's in, except for when he's dead now technically. But Phil, Wolverine's so
they deleted that. I thought.
Yeah, I don't know. I am
new universe.
Yeah, new universe. But Phil, that's the great thing. Like, Wolverine's so popular, even though he's technically dead, there's a version from him that's an old man from a different universe, and his clone daughter, X-23, who's also in this movie, is running around calling herself the Wolverine right now. So even though Wolverine's technically dead, there's still technically 2 Wolverines running around.
I agree. There's obviously enough Wolverines.
Yeah, we get it. People like Wolverine.
There's enough Wolvies.
Yeah. God damn it. Yeah, Logan is Hugh Jackman's apparently, well, like I said, I made this joke before. I thought the last 3 were his last appearances. Wolverine, whatever. Them checks are sweet.
They're obviously worth it.
Yeah. But and this does seem like if you're gonna end your run as a character, even though there's already headlines out that he's gonna help pick out who's gonna play Wolverine.
Well, it's kind of like, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, Phil, Fox ain't giving up the rights to the X-Men. Like I said, I can't, like, every 5 years or so they gotta make a Fantastic Four movie. They're giving them, dude, I'm telling you, like,
I know, the big middle finger to Marvel.
Yeah. Like, dude, I'm telling you, like, a year or 2 from now, we're gonna be talking about Fantastic Four reboot number 4. Is it the 4th one? Holy shit. No, it will be the 4th one, wouldn't it?
They should just call it Fantastic Four. Who cares what number?
They should call it Fantastic Four, fuck you, Marvel.
Yeah.
Or fuck you, Disney, really. Yeah.
The big middle finger.
Yeah. Yeah, it shouldn't even say Fantastic Four. The poster should just be a middle finger.
That's what it is.
It's just the thing's middle finger.
It says Fantastic, then the middle finger.
Do we care if the movie sucks? Nope. Are we gonna make one just to say fuck you? Yup.
Yep. It'll be with one of those big 3D cuts, so get it. People can take pictures under the big giant
middle finger
hanging over their head. Oh, that'd be sweet.
That'd be awesome.
I
take my. I take mine.
I'm taking out my phone. You gotta take this picture.
Yo, selfie me, Phil. Give me a selfie.
Yeah.
Phil, I need a new Facebook pic.
Hell yeah. It's like, we'll do me, then we'll do you and me, and then we'll do you.
Then we'll do one with me, you, and the janitor. Be awesome.
Taker, get over here.
Yeah. Yo, bro, like, your boss ain't gonna get mad at you. Come on, man, 30 seconds. The customer's always right. We're making jokes. I'm not going to go to that kind of extremes, but I'm telling you, we're going to be talking about a Fantastic Four movie just because they're like, fuck you.
I know, you've been saying that forever still, though, but...
Pretty much since, like, episode 2, almost.
I agree. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Patton Oswalt as the Mole Man.
Just so they can say that they got one up on Marvel.
Yeah. They're like, Sony might have sold out, but we're going to go kicking and screaming.
I'm sure Marvel hates it anyway, but still, that's what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that sucks about the Fantastic Four not being in the Marvel universe, because then Doctor Doom can't be. And I'd like to see Doctor Doom fight the Avengers at least once. That's the other thing that sucks. I would have liked to see Hugh Jackman fight the Hulk once. The Hulk is just a big CG monster anyways.
Yeah, but it's just nobody ever wins. That's all.
Hulk always wins. Hulk always beats the shit out of Wolverine.
So obviously he got Wolverine tired.
Yeah.
He couldn't take the punishment forever.
Yeah. Well, Wolverine might have a healing factor, but the Hulk is just like a giant, strength level different than him. Like I said, we're old.
Correct.
Yeah. Phil, old men, we're supposed to be talking about the movie again. Yeah, that's my one regret. Like I said, this is a good movie. It's good for Hugh Jackman to go out on it if it is. But I would have loved to see him fight the Hulk on big screen at least one time. But Fox and Disney just can't get along, Phil.
Well, they all want to do it different ways, I'm guessing.
No, I'm sure Fox wants more money.
Correct.
And they
it's
can't.
Not enough.
Yeah, and Disney's like, well, fuck you. We got Captain America.
Yeah.
We don't. That's kind of the problem.
It's not like they need to do anything else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, fans want this, but we don't need to do this.
We could, but...
Well, it's just a legal pissing thing. Like I said, the reason why Sony gave partial rights to Spider-Man back to Disney was those last two Amazing Spider-Man movies didn't make a lot of money.
Like a pickle race.
Yeah. So Sony was like, well, we can make a little bit of a lot of money or make a lot of no money. So, who wants to see Captain America and Spider-Man fight? Huh?
Enough people.
Yeah, I love Captain.
Enough people.
Hey, man, Captain America Winter Soldier was awesome, and Spider-Man Homecoming looks pretty cool. And I never thought I would say the Vulture looks like an intimidating villain ever.
I guess he did then.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Sony rather make a little bit of money than no money.
Well, they definitely spent a lot of money on the wardrobe, that's for sure.
Yeah. Them CG graphics looking tight now. We keep diverging.
These special effects is the bomb.
These special effects. Is that ProMaster 5? Oh, shit. My public access station got one of it. Oh, so now I sound like an old man. Public access station. I don't even know if those exist anymore.
Public access, more like it.
Yeah.
Yak.
Yeah. Where crazy people who learned how to work a camera got 20 minutes to yell on TV once a week. Now they got YouTube for that, so you don't really need public access anymore, I guess. Alright. But this is Hugh Jackman's farewell to the Wolverine character, even though he's already...
Apparent farewell.
Well,
apparent.
I don't know, the checks are sweet.
Please, apparent.
Yeah. Well, they're already saying that he's helping Fox pick who's going to play Wolverine next, like I said, because Wolverine makes too much money, yo. You think they're going to stop making X-Men movies just because Hugh Jackman's sick of working out?
Hell no. They're like, look at him.
Action figure sales.
Yeah, they're like, look at him, acting like he's quitting.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how old Hugh Jackman is, but like I said, I looked up his workout routine to get jacked for these Wolverine movies, and I
remember.
Yeah, I'd be sick of doing this shit after 17 years too.
All I wanted was a cheeseburger.
Oh, I imagine I imagine Hugh Jackman and Chris Hemsworth when they're training up to be Wolverine and Thor. They look at cheeseburgers and just jack off.
Well, I'd be pretty sick of eating chicken.
Yeah. That's
for sure. But dang, whole chicken. Oh, I couldn't even eat a whole chicken.
Yeah.
Especially like in one day. Ugh.
Because Hugh Jackman to keep
I'd feel gross if I did that.
Yeah, because Hugh Jackman to keep his protein up has to eat 2 broiled chickens a day to keep his protein up. Yeah. I like chicken too, but goddamn. Like I said, I can't remember exactly what he did, but I looked it up once, and he said he had to eat like 2 chickens, run like 10 miles a day, do all this crazy weightlifting shit. I was like, yeah, I'd be sick of playing Wolverine too after 17 years. Like I said, after 17 years of that shit.
It's excessive, but, you know, it would suck, you know, having controlled the way you eat.
Yeah, well, he looks good when he plays Wolverine. I always give him that, especially in this. Even though Logan's supposed to be like old, broken down man,
He's still buff.
Yeah, he still looks like he could kick my ass. Even though he's always getting his ass kicked.
He is still in good shape.
Well, they they put makeup on him to make him look a little bit older and stuff. And,
well, you know, if he shaved off that beard, he'd look younger.
well, Professor X even makes that joke.
Correct.
Yeah.
If he did shave off the beard, though, he'd look, you know, half his age, and he'd look like he was in shape and not an old man if he did shave it off.
Yeah. Yeah, and the story is, like I said, the only thing it has in common with Old Man Logan is a story where Wolverine's obviously getting old. And Hugh Jackman does a really good job because, like, I don't know, I haven't looked up a lot of reviews online, but you can see, like, Wolverine's walking with a limp all the time now. He's got scars on his back because his healing factor isn't working like it used to because he's old and broken. You know.
Plus, all those bullet wounds aren't healing.
Yeah. You know, when he pops his claws now, the wounds get all infected and stuff.
Right. They did look pretty red.
Yeah. He looks, like I said, he does a good job of looking all broke down and nasty old man. And you know, that's the other thing too. Like,
well, you know, he played it down to the point where he looked like a generic nobody, but he was in pretty good shape, but still.
Yeah.
Like he was a generic nobody type guy.
He's got a shitty job. He probably stole a fucking limo from someone and is now driving around fucking prom dates and fucking bachelorette parties and shit.
I was like, shoot, he should have been a bodyguard if he could do stuff like that.
Well, he's too old for that shit now. And plus, Phil, that's the other thing too. Like I said, Wolverine in the comics, he's like,
bullets don't hurt him.
Well, they hurt him now. Well, they still hurt. They just
I know he's got to chip him out.
Yeah, I'm about to say they still hurt. They just don't kill him 9 out of 10 times.
That is correct. You don't want to do this.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you don't want to do this.
Yeah.
At least he tried.
You know what a good way to put this is? If it's old man Gran Turismo, right? Old man Logan Gran Turismo, right? Right, because he's looking after this little. Granted, he gets a little more stabby than Clint Eastwood did in that movie. Obviously.
There's 4 of you. I'm gonna count to 3.
Yeah. Whew.
This ain't just a car. It's Logan's car.
Yeah. He's getting carjacked and he's getting his ass beat just so they won't damage the car because he needs the car to make money because he's looking after Professor X, who's like old and like senile now and shit.
I agree. Obviously needs help.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, like I said, that's why he's driving bachelorettes around and shit, because now Professor X is all old and senile and shit, and now when he has a seizure, like, everyone within, like, a city block just has, like, a fucking stroke or something.
Yeah, it's like temporary paralysis is what they said. But yeah, it, like, paralyzes you, and you don't know what the hell going on.
Yeah. Oh, man. Things did not work out well. And that's the other thing, too. Like, Wolverine's been in, like, what, every world war since the first one, you know, I think.
Well, he's definitely been in enough world wars and is obviously shell-shocked by now.
Yeah, well, not that he's shell-shocked, too.
But I'm surprised he doesn't have PTSD or something.
Well, he does. He kind of does.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, that's why he's always like, I'm a loner, even though I'm on, like, 7 different teams.
Correct.
You know.
But he's obviously some kind of team leader in the first place anyway.
He's not a team leader. Wolverine's never really been a team leader except for on like maybe 1 or 2 teams. But Wolverine's always supposed to have been like the wild card. You point him that way and he's just like, schnick, bub.
Right, because they were like, oh, we had some help.
Yeah.
Schnick.
Yeah. But apparently, like, it's also like, it's not dystopian future like people thought it was, but apparently, I don't know, they put something in the water now, and now mutants aren't being born, and I guess Wolverine and Professor X are a couple of the last ones. You know, always sucks to be a mutant, Phil. You muty freak. Yeah. But anyway, as the movie goes on...
Muty mook.
Muty! It's a racist term for mutant. Get it?
A mookin. Don't put that in there.
Yeah.
Don't put that in there.
Yeah. But, Wolverine eventually runs into his clone adopted daughter, X-23, and she's on the run. Because apparently, even though there's not any mutants, the mad scientist, I can't remember his name, and my tablet's dead at the moment, so I'm not going to go to IMDb.
Being hunted like a dog.
Yeah, being hunted like a dog.
Being hunted like the wolf.
Yeah. And it's apparently the mad scientist that also made the cure, air quotes, not saying that it was right, for the mutant disease, is also taking mutant powers from other people's DNA, or mutants' DNA, obviously, that's how we got X-23, and is trying to make, super... This is one thing I always love about fiction.
Like
trying
a
to make
super soldier army.
Yeah, he's trying to make like a super soldier army out of stealing mutants' powers, putting them into kids and training them to be weapons. Not people. He's trying to make a living gun, more or less. Right? He's trying to make these things not have emotions. And just how, like, this one can shoot lightning, and this one kind of, this one kind of has storm. That's the other thing, too. This one kind of has Ice Man's powers. This one kind of has Storm's powers.
Well, the thing is, they're still people.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's trying to raise them to, like, he's trying to teach a robot or something. He's trying to make these things, or these kids into weapons, not people.
Right, like have no feeling.
Yeah. Genome soldiering.
Correct. About that.
Yeah. And of course, this was also I was going to say, name one super soldier program other than Captain America that actually works out.
Very slim.
Yeah.
It is very slim.
Yeah. Every time we try to, in fiction, I don't know about real life, hopefully there's not people experimenting on people trying to make super soldiers, but anytime in fiction when you try to make the ultimate something...
Shit.
Doesn't it, in fiction, when you try to make the ultimate something, doesn't it usually, like, backfire and end up killing you?
Correct. It usually does.
Didn't we learn this in Frankenstein?
Because with the experiment thing, there's always a cost. Every time you experiment on something, there's always a cost that... There's like a 50-50 chance that something could go completely wrong. At least. Yeah. It's like, that's why they have those scientist guys to figure that out.
Well, see, that's why Dr. Light made a robot instead of a cyborg. Even though Mega Man technically has human emotions, if he had a human brain, he'd probably be like, yo, what the fuck, you turned me into a tin can? Fuck. And now I got a cannon on my arm? Well, guess what I'm going to shoot first? But that's kind of what I liked about this movie. It's, Logan, he's old, he's broken down, he does everything just shy of going, oh, I'm too old for this shit. Yeah.
Also, his hangovers were getting worse. Every time he woke up, he was like, oh, fuck. F. I can't even count how many times that came up.
Well, that's the thing, too. Like, in the comics, the adamantium...
Right, it was implied that he woke up from a hangover.
Yeah. Well, no, what it is he's constantly getting poisoned. The adamantium that his skeleton's infused with is always poisoning him. Now, back in the day when his healing factor was, like, super crazy, it didn't really matter. Now he's all old and broken down. It doesn't work like it used to.
It's taking longer.
Yeah. And now the poison is overwhelming the healing factor. So every moment of his life, he's always like,
And he could barely walk.
Yeah.
He's kind of zombied out.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that's why I like, you see, he has a limp now because probably, like, the cartilage in his bone is probably all gone. So he's pretty much like two metal poles, like, rubbing against his kneecaps all day, every day, That would suck.
It would. That's when his knee starts
Yeah.
popping.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, all the cartilage in his bones are probably gone, so now it's just two adamantium rods just rubbing against each other all day.
Like, he'll just be walking and his knee will pop out for a minute, then pop back in. He's
Yeah.
like, oh.
He's shooting.
Stumble.
Yeah, the inside of his knees are literally causing sparks. You know? That's fucked up. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I can't really think of any. Like I said, I can't really think of anything else because I don't want to really get into like spoiler stuff. We finally get to see Wolverine get a little bit bloody, but it's not like anime bloody like we were talking. Like, me and Phil want to see the Wolverine movie where it's like an anime where he cuts a dude on the chest and it's just like
blood and air pressure.
Yeah, like the human body's literally, like the human body is made of nothing but blood and air pressure. So even if you get a paper cut like right on the tip of your finger, it's just like you can paint a wall red just with a paper cut from the tip of your finger, kind of bloody. Yeah, it's not that. It's still, like I said, I've heard some, like, obviously, like, don't send if your kid, that's probably why they called it Logan too. Because if your little 5-year-old likes Wolverine, and, hey, kids like Spider-Man, kids like Wolverine, I understand that. There's little kiddie versions of Wolverine too, There's actually a little kid Wolverine.
Well,
but
everybody remembers Charles Xavier smiting Wolverine by calling him Logan when he messed up all the time.
Man.
Logan!
Yeah, Professor X is Logan.
No.
He's not really
Logan!
his name.
And then it made him mad.
Well, even though...
Don't call me that.
Well, see, that's supposed to be the weird thing, because even though Wolverine's like 300 or 200 and some odd years old, Professor X still acts like his dad. Yeah. Even though he's like, he even says, like, I'm 92. But but Wolverine's like fucking 300. Like, where's Wolverine's pension, too?
Well, his body stays the same, it looks like, but he don't show signs of aging, like getting old and stuff.
Well, that's the thing. Wolverine has that healing factor, so that always kept him young. But the thing is, now he's getting old, and the adamantium poisoning, and the fucking constant... Yeah, the constant years of getting shot and stabbed probably didn't help either.
But yeah, it's like his body don't age, but, it's weird.
Yeah.
He's not getting, like, the wrinkles and the bags and stuff like that.
Well, he looks pretty old and burnt out and leathery a couple of times during this.
He didn't look that bad. But, yeah...
Well, like I said, he still looks like he can kick
right, though.
Yeah, but I say he still looks like... He looks like an old man. I don't want to say, like, old man. Still looks like he can kick my ass, but he's definitely not a spring chicken.
Well, he was in shape. I wouldn't mess with him.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with it. Yeah, I'm about to say I wouldn't fuck with him either. Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure Hugh Jackman could probably kick down this door right now and kick all of our asses. Whew. I don't know, but that's what I like about it. Even though I'm kind of burnt out on Wolverine, because like I said, he's been overhyped in the comics, extremely overhyped, And I remember one time I started reading Rick Remender's Uncanny Avengers, and I started reading the book. It's like, oh shit, Wolverine's on the team. Oh well, this is still pretty. Yeah. Like I said.
Well, it's like it's another tie-in. It's like a tie-in on a tie-in on a tie-in.
Yeah.
They put different comic books together just for stuff like that.
Well, that was supposed to be the point of Uncanny Avengers. He was after X-Men versus Avengers, and Captain America's like, hey, mutants and the Avengers need to get along, so let's make the Uncanny Avengers, where it's mutants and Avengers hanging out together, peace, peace, love, and the planet Earth.
Plus, some people would buy it just because Wolverine's in it.
That's true.
As well.
Hey, like I said, I was a 90s kid. I'm not going to lie. I bought a couple books just because I saw Wolverine was on the cover.
Yep.
It's a marketing strategy that still works to this day.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I just want to see Captain America now, pull, he has his shield, then he pulls out, a banjo out of it. He sings the Avengers a Peace and Love song. Life and death and love and earth.
And peace and war on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
Unless you're a Nazi.
Yeah, unless you're a Nazi, those guys can go to hell.
They deserve everything that's coming to them. Oh, whoa.
A shield up your face. A punch to the gut. It's a pattern. It's a pattern.
A freaking bullet.
A freaking bullet.
A freaking bullet. Because he was like...
Captain America kind of goes by the superhero code of no killing.
Bullet.
Yeah.
And repeat after me.
Whoa. Yeah, Captain America goes with the I don't kill people unless you're a Nazi.
They had it coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you can look it up on... I've shown you this before where someone dubbed the...
it's not like they didn't deserve it. Come on.
Yeah, they're fucking Nazis.
Correct.
Phil...
the obvious sign of evil.
Yeah. All these years later, and they're still the ultimate... We're still making video games. We went a little bit overboard in the late 90s and early aughts, but we're still making video games about killing Nazis.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's one of the best games ever.
Yeah.
Most of the best ones have been about Nazis.
There's video games about killing Nazi zombies. I'm about to say, now that I think about it, Captain America got his whole basis on the fact that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby were like, man, fuck the Nazis.
Well, hey, they had it coming.
Yeah. There's actually this one pretty cool story I heard back in the day, like, because Stan Lee and Jack Kirby were writing about Captain America fucking up Nazis before America was even in the war. And I guess there was actually, like, pro-Nazi Americans, because go figure, racism. And apparently a bunch of them, or not a bunch of them, but a couple of them showed up at the Marvel headquarters one day and said they wanted to have a word with Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby apparently tried to run downstairs to go fight him, but they kicked him, the cop.
Tried.
Yeah. Hey, man, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, technically war heroes, man.
Hey, he tried. Did he get arrested?
No. Well, actually, they called the cops, and the mayor heard about this, and Stan Lee and Jack Kirby actually got police escorts to ride to work for, I can't remember how long, for a couple of days or something.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Closed down the whole street.
Well, he closed down the whole street, but I'm pretty sure that's probably just a cop walking with them down the street. And they went to war and shit,
I thought you meant by vehicles.
Nah, I don't know.
Police escort by vehicles?
I don't know. I wasn't alive back in the 30s. I don't know what the hell happened exactly.
Well, if they escorted him to work, then that'd be a police escort.
Yeah.
That means they ride in front of you. They get people out of the way.
Yeah. And then when the war actually did start, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby actually did sign up.
That still sounds cool.
Yeah. One thing I always wondered is, like, I don't know what Jack Kirby did in the war exactly, but why didn't they make a movie out of this? Because apparently they found out Jack Kirby was an artist and he was good at mapping shit. So they would send Jack Kirby behind enemy lines to try and route out, like, city routes and stuff so they could figure out how to sneak into towns and kill all the Nazis and stuff. Tell me that doesn't sound like a badass movie.
It does.
Right? A dude that writes and draws comics signs up for the war, and then they send him behind enemy lines. They find out he has that skill, so they send him behind enemy lines to map out towns. That sounds fucking awesome.
It does.
Yeah, it's like a spy action thriller or something, I don't know. I'm about to say, I don't know who owns the rights to Jack Kirby's name, but get Disney on the line. Why isn't that a movie? You could get Bryan Cranston to play, like, middle-aged Stan Lee or something. Just throw, like, a white wig on him, have him hunch over a little. Right? Because he does kind of look like Stan Lee, don't he?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny. That white wig. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, like I said, just put a white wig
Classic.
on, tell him to bend over, tell him so Excelsior a couple times.
Figure it out.
Yeah. I created Spider-Man!
And I didn't get a dime from it.
Yeah. That's why they keep putting me in all these
And I didn't
cameos.
get a dime from it.
I didn't get a dime. That's why they keep putting me in all these cameos. Because they kind of feel bad. And I'll never turn down a dime.
They think I'm gonna die. I'll never die.
Yeah. He's like Scrooge McDuck. He lives on his money. Right?
He's doing the Mr. Burns' pose like
Excellent. Excellent.
Forever. He's like
Yeah. Well, that's what I liked about... I don't really want to talk about it too much, but you can see it on YouTube. That's what I liked about that little Deadpool teaser mini movie or whatever the hell you want to call it before the Logan movie, where Deadpool's getting dressed to try and save someone because they're making fun of Superman, obviously. Phil, that's the other thing, too. Phil, people have been making fun of Superman getting dressed in a phone booth longer than Superman actually got dressed in a phone booth. But I love the fact that when Deadpool gets out of that phone booth, Stan Lee's like, hey, cool costume. He's like, shut it, Stan Lee! Shut it, Stan Lee! And, hey, Stan Lee didn't care. That was a check. And that's what made it funny. Shut it, Stan Yeah. Because, like I said,
Stan Lee's just swiveling his fingers like this. You gotta pay, and he's like, in a bottle away.
Yeah. Even though that was clearly shot on a set, Stan Lee's trying to cash his check in a fake ATM.
Ching, ching, ching.
Like, why isn't this working?
Oh, that bounced.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that Stan Lee's an old man and he just doesn't know who Deadpool is. I'm saying Stan Lee doesn't give a fuck. And they just paid him. Because... that's why you see Stan Lee in Sony movies and Marvel movies, because guess what? He ain't fucking DC copyrighted. He ain't Marvel copyrighted,
Correct.
Because that was the joke, too. Because, like I said...
You're rich enough to be free agent.
Yeah. Because, see, that's the bad...
Free agent.
Yeah, like I said, I'm making jokes, but see, that's kind of the shitty thing. Like, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko, they created some of the most popular characters of all time. And they, other than the paycheck they got to write that one book, they're not, every time you're buying a fucking Spider-Man shirt, the Stan Lee ain't making no fucking money. That kind of sucks. Jack Kirby ain't making a dime, even though, Jack Kirby's dead, so he obviously ain't making no dime. But Jack Kirby's
take it all with you.
Yeah. But Jack Kirby's estate, even though Darkseid's going to be the big bad villain in the new Justice League movie, they ain't seeing no money off that. Like I said, that's the reason. A lot of people think, well, one, Stan Lee will accept a check. But, but that's the reason why Stan Lee has a cameo in every Marvel movie, because they feel bad about them using his characters and not making a dime off it. So, hey, here's a check.
I'm sure they pay him some sort of money to do that.
Well, yeah, he gets paid to do that, and I'm pretty sure he probably gets like a free plane ride in a sweet motel. Because the joke back in the day before comic book movies
were... they got to keep the readers interested, and they got to see Stan Lee.
I don't really care.
Probably.
Yeah, at this point, I don't really care if Stan Lee's in the movie. I just go, oh, hey, there's Stan Lee.
Correct, but, it's expected now.
The only time a Stan Lee cameo was actually funny, other than that Deadpool one, is where, in the Thor movie, where they're trying to use a truck to lift Thor's hammer, and it rips off the back end, and Stan Lee looks out the window. Did it work?
I remember.
Yeah, that's the only Stan Lee cameo I really like. Yeah. But the joke back in the day is before Stan Lee, or before the big comic book movie boom, if you have $10,000 and a plane ticket, Stan Lee will show up at your comic book convention and sign whatever for $20. That's why Stan Lee autograph ain't really worth shit, because he's been signing shit for 50, 60 some odd years.
Shit, people been waiting him to die for 60 years.
Yeah. He's been signing books.
Pop on eBay.
Yeah.
Pop on eBay.
Oh yeah, when Stan Lee dies, I want to look up what I don't have one obviously, but Amazing Fantasy 15, the first Spider-Man comic ever, that thing's probably gonna be worth $1 million. Look out, Superman! You might not have the most expensive rare comic ever. I've read it. I don't have it.
Damn. Oh well.
I don't have it. The only book I have that are probably worth money is fucking Archie Meets the Punisher and Howard the Duck #1. Those are the only books I have that are probably
Still
worth money.
classic though.
Hey, Howard the Duck's
You
awesome.
should have those.
Yeah.
It's like that's still a classic pick though.
Yeah. The Howard the Duck movie sucks, but Howard the Duck comics are actually pretty funny. And plus, Archie meets the Punisher. Come on. You know one thing that came out? I didn't buy it and I never saw it because it only had like The Walking Dead #1 when it first came out. Only had like a 10,000. Because that's the thing too. Like, you know, comic books aren't worth a lot of money because they fucking print a fucking ton of them.
Well,
yeah.
they got to print enough to They got to print enough to sell. Obviously.
Yeah, that's why
there's always a demand for how much you think you can sell.
Yeah, that's why there's so many Batman and Wolverine comics. Because Batman and Wolverine are popular. Comic books don't make a lot of money.
It's like, you know.
So that's what keeps the company running, more or less.
They pay people to do that.
Yeah. That's why you see so many Batman and Wolverine t-shirts when you go to Hot Topic.
Yeah, like the Death of Superman thing.
Yeah. Well, that was the Boomers market, too. Oh, I got it. Well, Phil, I got a copy of the Death of Superman, too, but that's not even worth the fucking $2 I paid for, or the $1 something I paid for it.
Right.
You know why? Because they
I remember a bunch of people thought that was going to be worth something, and it wasn't.
Yeah. I know I told this story on the show before, but I remember one time I was at the comic book store and some guy came in with the Superman Man of Steel 75, the Death of Superman issue, and he thought he had like a fucking like $2,000, $3,000 book on him, and the guy at the comic book store had to tell him, look, man, they made a ton of these. Everybody's got one. I'll give you $1, and that's what I'm going to try and sell it for. And the guy got all offended, like, oh, come on, man, this is Death of Superman, the most popular superhero of all time. And my guy at the comic book store, he's trying to be cool. He's like, yes, that's the reason why this book isn't worth anything, because it's the Death of Superman, the most popular superhero of all time. And I even had to tell the guy, yeah, man, I'm not even that huge of a fan of Superman. I got 2 copies. It's not worth anything. Guy got all pissed and walked off. Took the book and walked off. But it's not worth shit. That book ain't worth shit.
Did it not look like a glow-in-the-dark condom?
Well, the new Power Rangers movie's coming out next week.
It's kind of...
And I kind of want to see it. Like I said,
we've seen the old ones and Ivan Ooze.
Ivan Ooze, yeah. Like I was saying, we saw
it live.
Power Rangers, the first one in theaters. We skipped Turbo because we were a little bit past it at this time. But I don't know. I kind of want to see the new one just to do it for the show.
Correct. Oh, come on. You got to see a Power Rangers movie.
Yeah.
And
plus, like I said,
you've been waiting for that forever.
I was waiting for a good one.
Well, for a long time.
Yeah.
we waited long enough. Come on. It's like we waited long enough for a Power Rangers movie, I believe.
They got Bryan Cranston playing Zordon just because he needed money back in the day and did some voiceover work for the original show. The one thing
they brought him back.
Yeah. The one thing I think they fucked up on though is they should have cast Aaron Paul as Alpha 5. And I'm sure it's probably out there somewhere, and I'm sure probably someone's made this joke. Like Zordon's like,
don't do it.
Yeah. Zordon's like, Alpha 5, I need you to bring me 5 teenagers with attitude to become the Power Rangers. He's like, aye, bitch. I just want to
Aye, make me, bitch.
Yeah, make me, bitch. I just want... Bitch. Yeah. I feel bad for, like, Bryan Cranston. He's still kind of getting consistent work, but I don't know. Aaron Paul is in some fucking scrubby cop movie we didn't watch, and that's the only... let's not forget the Academy Award winning...
Don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Academy
Pass
Award...
for Speed.
Need for Speed.
Or Need for Pass.
Yeah.
Need for Pass. That's what I liked.
Yeah.
Need for Pass, man. I was like, done. Like, the dude totally flipped the car. I was like, give me a break.
Well, that's the thing, too. It's a video game that's more like just like, hey, Phil, we're never going to get to drive a Ferrari.
Correct.
Let's play Need for Speed.
Right. You get to do it in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. So they made a movie out of that. I don't know. I feel bad for the guy because, Breaking Bad, that was obviously fucking great.
But did you actually see that part where he backed up and he flipped the freaking car? I was like, yeah, right.
It wanted to be...
He did like a 360 flip or something. It was completely unreal.
Yeah, well, it wanted to be... The thing is, it wanted to be...
What?
Phil,
Right.
Phil, there's a reason why there's 8 Fast and the Furious movies. It wanted to be Fast and the Furious, and they thought they slapped a Fast...
Right.
They thought they slapped...
So people that play the game will
watch
it.
No, it's not even that. They thought if they slapped the Need for Speed logo onto the fucking Fast and the Furious ripoff movie, no one would call it a Fast and the Furious movie ripoff, even though it's clearly a Fast and the Furious movie ripoff. Marketing, son. Holler me up. Like I said, I'll write a Fantastic Four movie. Lock me in a room with a 6-pack and a bag of weed. I'll come out in like 6 hours later with a Patton Oswalt is the Mole Man. Come on, Phil. You don't want to see the thing.
Please.
Phil, you don't want to see the Thing punch a giant kaiju monster in the face jumping out of the Fantastic Four mobile? Way better than those last
Please. Correct.
Yeah, way better than those last 3 movies we saw, ain't they? Well, last 4.
Oh. The last, I don't even want to count, basically.
Yeah.
It's like the last, I don't even want to count.
I know. That's the thing about the Fantastic Four movies, too. Like, the crappy one that was made just to keep... That's the thing. Fantastic Four movies only get made to keep the rights to the Fantastic Four.
Correct. They just...
No one actually wants to make...
They just want to hold something over Marvel. That's all it is, really.
Well, that's the problem.
It's like you said, the piss measuring contest.
Yeah, it's a piss measuring contest.
Yep.
Yeah, like we were saying earlier, like Fox would just...
we're that much longer than you.
No, they're like Fox would, like you said, like the thing would just... The next Fantastic Four is just going to be the Thing's hand giving Marvel the middle finger.
But really, they should just start calling it Fantastic Four number... Who cares?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's
Money.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem. Is no one actually wants to make a Fantastic Four movie.
Correct.
They just make Fantastic Four movies so they don't lose the rights to the characters.
I agree.
That's what
It should be just called Fantastic Four. Who cares? You'll buy it.
No, it's called Fantastic. It's called Fantastic.
You'll buy a movie ticket.
It's called Fantastic Four.
Right?
It's called Fantastic Four. We're keeping the rights.
Yeah. Be blunt about it.
Yeah.
True that, man.
It's Fantastic Four. We're keeping the rights.
Like, I'm tired of being blunt. It's true.
Yeah. It's Fantastic Four. We don't want Disney to use more Doctor Doom.
To say somebody had to try to take the credit and say that they had one over Marvel at least.
Yeah.
At least one did it.
Well, like I'm saying, that's why Fox will probably never give the Fantastic Four rights, because arguably 2 of the best comic book villains of all time are Doctor Doom and Galactus, and Fox gets to use those characters even though they use them horribly, are tied to the Fantastic Four. So as long as they own the rights to the Fantastic Four, the 2 big hitters in the Marvel Universe can't be used by Disney,
Right, but it's all about holding it over their head forever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we got something we can hold over your head forever.
Yeah, like I said, Fantastic Four, we're keeping the rights. Yeah, are you going to make a good movie? No.
Who cares? You'll buy it. You'll go straight to DVD, but still.
Yeah.
You'll buy that DVD.
As long as the movie makes somewhat of a general profit. Like I said, they don't give a shit.
Correct.
Did we sell at least enough DVD copies and action figures to make somewhat of a profit? Barely. Let's see what happens in
Almost.
Let's see what happens in about 3 years. Because like I said, that's why Sony kind of gave the rights back to Spider-Man. That's the reason why they gave the rights back to Daredevil, Elektra, and the Punisher, because those movies didn't make any fucking money.
Right, but they still made them.
Yeah.
They tried.
Yeah, they tried to keep the rights, but then when they didn't make the money, they're like, fuck it.
Cancel.
Yeah, you can have...
Make it disappear. New universe. New universe, new universe, new universe, new universe, new universe. Pow, 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 pow.
No, Phil. No, Phil, what it is like... No, Phil. No, Phil, those...
Come on.
I know, you gotta let me tell my jokes too, man.
Those though.
No, what it is, Phil, is like, they're like, man, that Ghost Rider movie didn't make any money. Fuck it. Hey, Marvel, why don't you throw him in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for like 2 or 3 episodes?
Correct.
That way you can say you have some diversity among your cast. But at least they did the Punisher right in fucking Daredevil Season 2. So I can't wait for Punisher Season 1.
Yep, look, he was actually going to be the Punisher. Please.
He was. Stabbed the shit out of him.
He did a good job, though.
Yeah. Where's Jessica Jones Season 2 at already? And where's Rick and Morty Season 3?
We don't need no more Jessica Jones.
I like Jessica Jones. That was probably my favorite.
Right, Marvel. Tell them to do it.
Well, they know. They know.
They got enough money.
Oh, boy.
Write them. Tell them to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the...
Better not walk out on my movie. That shit better not happen. Ha-ha.
You ain't walking out on my movie. Ha-ha. Oh, boy. You better step the fuck
sure
down.
That ain't gonna happen in the first place.
You better back the fuck down.
You wish.
You better back the fuck down or this fucking oversized shoe's gonna kick you in the dick.
He's just like, you hope. Right? He's like, you hope. Boom. I'll destroy those hopes.
I'm seeing a lot of foot stomping in your future. You better get with the program or you better kiss this size 12. Oh, oh boy, I sure do love beating up my employees. Now you get those fox fuckers on the line and say, give me Dr. Doom back, or I'm gonna put this size 12 up someone's butthole. Oh boy.
We'll put it up all their buttholes.
No lube.
They can pay me to remove each chunk. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna leave my shoe halfway untied. That way when I put it in there, I can yank my foot out, but yet the shoe will still be up there.
This motherfucker's getting the laces, bitch.
Give me the laces with the metal tips. I don't remember what the tips of shoelaces are called. But make sure they're metal, rusty, and spiky. Oh, boy.
That motherfucker better get tetanus. Aha.
Oh, boy. Even if he survives, he'll still die slowly and painfully from a blood infection.
He better get tetanus. I ain't playing.
You've been soaking him in poo, right? I haven't been feeding...
You're from a Thailand prison? Alright, yeah.
I haven't been feeding... I haven't been feeding Pluto nothing but ground beef for 3 weeks for you not to soak my metal toe cutlets in the fucking dog poo! Oh!
Wasted.
Extreme torture methods and Mickey's voice is fucked up.
We'll figure it out.
Oh boy, I'm gonna remove all of his fingernails. Oh boy. Oh. Somebody get Sony on the line. I want to make a Spider-Man movie.
Pronto.
ASAP, motherfucker. No!
That pizza better get here.
Oh boy. Fox don't want to give back the rights to the Fantastic Four and the X-Men? Well, fuck them. Cut them out of the books.
Well, I'll make them feel it.
I'll make them feel it. You know what? Guess what? We don't need that version of Wolverine. We got an old man version and a hot chick version. People will fact to that all day long. Oh, boy.
We'll delete it next year anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
We're retconning eventually anyways.
Next year we'll delete it.
No one cares about the comics anyways. Just keep pumping out those movies.
You didn't get that money?
That movie didn't make any money? Well, fuck them. Oh boy. And with that being said, this is the end of We Are Podcast, episode 81. And I don't give a fuck. I run this bitch now. And that motherfucker's name was Matt. What the fuck was yours again?
And my name's Phil, the leader of the Overlord Tank Group. Thanks for enjoying the episode tonight. Thanks for being with us. Thank you very much. Ha-ha!
Oh boy, thank you anyone and everyone for listening. And as always, like, share, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit that little fucking bell next to the subscribe button so we can make some goddamn money. And as always, you can follow that fucker Matt on Twitter if he ever goes back to it. At Matt if we are podcast at Twitter. And as always, I don't know if you want, you can leave a fucking suggestion or something on Gmail at the letter R podcast at gmail.com, all lowercase. Why is it R? You're just confusing people. I thought the big R with the P looked... Shut up! Shut the fuck up! End the goddamn show!
Do you want another kick in the ribs?
No, they fucking... No, they hurt! Why is your foot so big?
Steel toe, bitch!
That's 12 ounces of steel cracking your rib, fucker! Thank you and good night!
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Yeah, this is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast, let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast, it's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast, you know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast, so look up an episode and that's the show.